Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our review session prior to our board vote at 7 o'clock this evening. A couple of things I'd like to do before we get started. First of all, I'd like to welcome the at least 8,000 viewers that are watching us across the World Wide Web. Secondly, I'd like to say hello to a woman who has never missed a board meeting on video, Mike Macri's mother, Susie. Hi, Miss Macri. Your son continues to do a good job. The lots have never looked better. So I wanted to give my shout out to Susie Macri. And I just wanted to tell everyone, this is why I love working in Niagara Falls. This is why I love working. This is one of the reasons. So Ray, the kids can Teams message me, right? And I'm just going to read 2 Teams messages because they are just the reason why we're here. Hey, Mark, Lori, I'm writing respectfully about the extreme weather conditions. 1 degree Fahrenheit, it's cold. Safety risks for students and staff traveling to and from school. We wait for buses, and these conditions, even in short exposure, can lead to frostbite or other cold-related issues. Bus delays, car trouble, slippery roads become more likely in this bad weather. There's also the risk of accidents. These conditions make it difficult for our students to arrive safely and learn. Beyond safety, extreme cold affects attendance in classrooms. Students and staff are worried about the weather. They struggle to stay warm. It overall impacts our learning. And for these reasons, I respectfully ask Mark Lori that you call a snow day tomorrow. Or a weather-related closure, whatever is your pleasure. Please prioritize the well-being of everyone in our school community. I appreciate the difficult decisions you have to make on a daily basis. Thank you for keeping all of us in mind. I think you'll do the right thing. That was countered, and Madison Del Porto, you'll like this, and I'm using my phone because I have to. Mr. Lori, please do not close school tomorrow. We have Vex Robotics, and I got to get my robot working. So you get the yin and the yang. So I share those with you because you only get those 300 Teams messages in Niagara Falls. And to the students that, first of all, think that my name is Mark Lori, one word, you're correct. And to number 2, students, I love when you Teams me with your well-written thoughts. So thank you for doing that. We are going to take on our first look at the budget. We are then going to review the agenda, personnel report. Then we're going to ask for a executive session, probably around 6:20, 2 items on executive session, and then we will come out at 7 o'clock for the public voting meeting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So without further ado, I'm going to ask that Markesia and Julie come forward, that we put the budget up. Before we go through the budget for this 26-27 year, I want to make a couple of comments. First of all, today is day 1 of 7. For the next 6 board meetings, this will be the lead topic, the school district budget for 26-27. So today is day 1. This is a very, very rough draft based on some very extreme, in some cases, estimates. It's also filled with some information that we're still waiting for. I do want to remind everyone that this will be a fluid document. It will change every month, every week, and I would just ask you to patiently do that as I recognize Mr. Bass for being on remote. First thing I want to say before we get into the budget, and Julie and Markesia, feel free to interrupt me anytime you like. Markesia, only once, you get once. Julie, anytime you like. Mr. Velardo, you frequently ask this question, and I want to be transparent and upfront about it. Carryover that we're going to have from last year to this year, and I always tell you, you won't know until Drescher and Malecki are here. You allocated $4.83 million of reserve. I think for the first time in this budget that we're going to need to use some of that reserve money. We never had to use it. We were always able to put it back to restock reserves. This year, and working with Julie and Marquesia, we're estimating the potential use of between $2 and $2.5 million of that $4.83 million. And I want to put that out there right on the table to begin with. We'll give you a more exact number as we move through the process. But, and I'm not picking on you, Nick, but you always, I know you like to know that question. And I don't think that the carryover is going to be as extreme as it's been. Better budgeting, a little tighter budgeting, and unfortunately, I don't think the carryover is going to be there. Don't forget, we also had a couple of one-time expenses. What do I mean by that? We needed to buy, Idolo has ruined the generator at LaSalle Prep, so we needed to buy a generator for LaSalle Prep. We have to outlay the money in this year's budget and get reimbursed next year. So those kind of things, and that's 150,000. Those kind of things were eating into that reserve, and I can go through a litany of them at some point with you if you'd like to know. But I wanted to put that out there. A couple of positive things before we take a look at this. The increase wasn't zero, which is good news. We received an incredible increase in universal pre-K. Incredible. As a matter of fact, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we need to sit down and really dig into that $2.2 million increase in UPK, which was an astronomical increase that we've been asking for a long time, but that's a big number. And hopefully, there are some adjustments. Some of the negatives before we delve into this, interest rates are dropping. And last year, we really saved and had carryover because of our interest investments. Energy costs are going up. They're going up. Charter school increase. We took on about a $430,000 increase for the special education charter school students. That cut into that 4.83 amount. I was on a call today with Shelley Mayer. She is a senator from downstate. She is the education chair. She doesn't believe that the formula will be revamped. They're not using the formula. They're using the CPI as they did last year, which I have a bit of a problem with. That's not the law, and they're choosing not to do it. And I don't feel that this budget recognizes high needs district. I don't feel that. So those are a couple of the negatives. Nonetheless, we are going to get through this. We always do. We always will. We're going to do the best we can for our kids, and we'd like to take you through some assumptions. And if we can, Ray, just really highlight the revenue side. I want to go through revenues first, and Julie and Marquesia can help me there. So one of the things that we had to do after the budget was passed, we actually didn't receive $570,000 of foundation aid that we thought we were going to get based on a true-up with enrollment. Enrollment is starting to become a challenge in the district. I am seeing some trends in enrollment dipping. It's something that needs to be looked at. So that $570,000 negative was a true-up from last year that we didn't receive. From there, the foundation aid is that $5.3 million is based on the SERS data that we inputted on November 15th. Every couple of months we submit work, the state looks at it, and they give us a foundation aid amount. The next time we're going to certify information is February 15th and then May 15th. So Julie accurately read the data, and it's about a $5.3 million increase in foundation aid. Julie, would you take us through the rest of the assumption side? We have to be careful. We have a man in the back of the room dressed as a police officer. He is also a Niagara Wheatfield School Board member. I believe he is here to spy on the budget. Detective Lee, you could tell Superintendent Lalanich how well things go or not, but are you spying or are you working? Okay, thank you. I feel safer. Yeah, you're welcome. Mike Lee is a great one of our police officers, and I think you serve both on the town council and on the school board. Yes. Thank you for your service. Go ahead, Jewel.
So also I just wanted to add that foundation aid, that increase, the governor in her run, she used a CPI of 2.8%. So we just want to be mindful of that because last year that CPI did decrease by the time we adopted the budget. So we'll just keep an eye on that, but she did use the CPI of 2.8%. So that was for the increase of about 5.3 million. And then our other state aid increases in BOCES aid, excess cost aid, transportation, that is based on our spending in this current fiscal year. So again, it's not 100% reimbursable, but we do get, transportation aid is about 90%. BOCES aid, fluctuates anywhere between 80 and 86% of spending, and our excess cost aid, those are for our private and public tuitions that we pay for our special needs students. There's a decrease in building aid. That is because we are currently, in this current year, the 25-26, we are receiving our last building aid payment on a project that was from 20 years ago. So the building aid is dropping off, but the debt has actually been paid off 5 years ago. And there was a slight decrease in our charter transition aid. Every year, that kind of phases down.
Right.
So those are our adjustments for state aid. Overall, very positive start, but, we'd always want to see more, I would say. And then we look at our other revenue adjustments. So you see here we're increasing property taxes. That's not an increase to the levy. That means that we are actually collecting property taxes at a better rate than we're budgeting. So that's been pretty consistent, and that's a conservative estimate there.
Yep.
Utility tax, we've also seen increases. These are our consumer utility taxes on our cell phone bill. So same, we're exceeding our budgeted amount. So we want to represent that as an increase to next year's budget. And then interest, as Mr. Laurie said, our interest rates, just due to the interest rate cuts at the Federal Reserve level, have really taken a hit. So our CDs are just not performing the way they were. So we do need to decrease that line item in the budget.
But those CDs were at a really, really, really high level, right?
We were at one point, I remember being at like 4.5%.
Right.
The most recent one was 3.15.
Okay.
And then Medicaid, so we are seeing an increase in our Medicaid revenue just due to our billable hours for speech, OT, and PT. So we'll incorporate that. And then Greenway, we've always received our annual allocation of Greenway money for the $420,000, but during the COVID years, the ARP years, we didn't use that money. So we still received it, we just didn't need to use it for our 22-23 and 23-24 year budgets. So we've doubled up these last 2 years. So now this gets us back to our using our annual allocation of $420,000. So that represents the change year over year.
You scroll up a little, Ray.
Yep, so our total projected revenue adjustments, we're looking at an increase of about 4.5 million. So our total projected revenue is $202,572,287.
So that's what we think we're going to get in based on the information that we have right now. And again, it's January 22nd. That's what we think we're going to get in, 202 and change. Now we have to go to the other side. How much are we going to spend? If we take everything that we're doing today and roll it forward into next year. So what we did is we lifted the district up and we moved it into another year to reflect cost increases. There are a few additional things we put in there because we know we're going to have to do them. But the expense side is in need of some work still, because this is fine, granular detail work that we have to do. So if you could just move to the assumption side, Ray. I'll start, Julie, if you don't mind. The first 6 lines of the salaries and wages, we gave our best estimate with the salary increases, et cetera, et cetera. What has to happen now and what will happen between now and February 12th, your next board meeting, is that Julie Marchesia, Maria, and Alicia Savino will sit down and go name by name, roll the salary forward, and get all 1,507 workers and get their actual amount, so we'll have an actual number in here. Now, These numbers could decrease, they could increase. This is kind of where we think we did a rough way to do this. But as you can see, we're in the people business, right? So the cost of doing business is the cost of people for the most part. That's about $3 million in people increases, which they're rightly so deserve to get. So those lines that, with the addition of the top one too, Ray, those lines have to now be really vetted name by name. It's an arduous, detailed task to roll every person forward at their new salary. These are just our best thinking of today. If you take that away, the blank, we also have some grants that are expiring, right, Jill?
Yes, we do. So we, at one point, had 3 mental health grants. We are currently down to 1, and that grant is also going to be expiring. So there's obviously great programming in those grants along with the staff. So this budget continues that, just moving them over from grants into the general fund. We also had a lot of carryover in IDEA. We've been spending that down, so as we spend that down, that means we have to bring those people back to the general fund. So that's the staff from grants of about $478,000.
So that assumes what that assumes is we pick the district up and move it. We didn't evaluate it for any additions or cuts. We just picked it up and move it and know if we were going to keep those same programs, this is what the additional cost would be in the general fund, because the grant budget can't hold it anymore because the grant's expired. There it is. You want to talk about the UPK increase, Jewel?
Sure. So one of the, I would say, kind of surprising things in the governor's budget was she really changed the pre-K formula for everyone and really increased everyone's funding. I think statewide it increased almost 52%. So she is, the formula changed. Our district, we received a little over $10,000 a pupil, but for everyone it's changing to either the greater of your foundation aid per pupil or $10,000. So for us, our foundation aid is about $15,000 a student. So for our 400 students, that's a significant increase of about $5,000 a student. The general fund right now does absorb a lot of the cost of the pre-K program, a lot of the benefits. We don't charge out the special teachers, the phys ed, the art. So with this additional money in the pre-K grant, we will be able to take some of those expenses that general fund is currently paying for and shift them over to the grant.
So I think this is going to hold. I do. I think this is one of her major initiatives. It's an election year, and to that point, Mr. Velardo, that cuts both ways. You're right. It's an election year here. Where I say it cuts both ways is that there's no recognition of high needs districts. Everybody got a basic 1%. Right. Right, exactly. So it works here, it doesn't work there. We're kind of caught in the middle of this. But of course, we'll take that. Now this $2.2 million in the next 2 weeks, we got to work through each person to make sure, because this will be audited, to make sure that we have proper support. Julie gave a really good example. We have UPK kids who go to art, music, phys ed, but we can use some of those teacher salaries to support and pay for from this pot of money, which will in turn relieve the general fund. The next one I'll take, this is very preliminary from Cheryl Velardo. We believe that we are going to need to add at least 4 more special education classrooms next year. And I think you get that from looking at the preschool children. When you look at the preschool children, mainly, and we love them, and we're glad they're here, mainly 813 classes. We anticipate coming from a 4-year-old to the district, we're going to need at least 4 more classes in special education. And I just wanted to point something out. Every time we do that, it's not one teacher and one aide. It's a class is 6 adults, 1 teacher and about 5 associates. So those are big increases. But we want to put that out there now. We need to plan for it, etc. The extra duty pay has been in there. That's contractual. We estimated 10% on the insurance premium. That, I hope, now we have what we've set up, and we'll certainly invite, I know we've invited Russ in the past. We will have a meeting with NYSER to see how close we are, and then down the line, we'll have a meeting with New York 44 to see how close we are on the rate there. NYSER kind of caught us off guard with a 13% increase last year. We hope, and we know what that was from mainly, that was the impact of the child victims cases. We hope that they've fortified that enough, but we'll have to watch that 10%. Speaking of which, this year, you're voting tonight, hopefully you'll support 6 new Evolve machines for the high school and prep school. Next year, 9 more machines are up, so there's an increase. It's hard to believe, those 9 will have through the 4th, they'll be in their 4th year. So we wanted to add anything in here that we knew was gonna cost, so we're planned for it, and we know 9 leases are up on those Evolve machines. Utilities, Julie made a good guess.
Yeah, I estimated 15% right now. We're very early on. I don't even think we've received December's gas bill, but, we'll keep updating that line for gas and electric because those are really increasing rapidly.
Yeah, you're right, Ms. Dunn. Your home one is increasing too, isn't it? It's a lot. We put 15% in there. That may have to stay. Ever since Macri got here, the increase has been, sorry, Mrs. Macri, the increase has been astronomical. The other guy, I can't remember his name. Transportation, the CPI is still to be determined. Look at tuitions in charter school.
Yeah, so tuitions in charter school, we just keep, I think this year, some of the rate increases, 10, 12% we're seeing. So I'm estimating 5%. But again, I think we'll have to really look at it and see, but that is a line item in the budget that we really just keep funding.
Yeah, and I'm going to speak about that, and I hope Lieutenant Lee or Chief Lee listens to something, because Niagara Wheatfield's got to be part of my last comment, too. Everybody does. Before we do that, you remember Dr. Farrar was here with Melanie Conley, did a nice presentation. I hope you remember that she said BOCES is increasing 12%. The BOCES services, 12% for administrative. She did a nice presentation. She's doing a wonderful job. But the message was, if you heard it, was that's a 12% visit we just got there, right? So we had to accommodate for that in the BOCES line. Debt service, Jewel?
Debt service, so there's no, new debt. But as we pay off our existing debt, we pay less in interest, so that's the decrease there.
ERS and TRS, you're pretty solid with?
Yep, so ERS has a rate increase of about 2%, and actually TRS has a rate decrease. Right now it's estimated that the rate will decrease anywhere from 8.75 to 9.59. I used the higher end of that, 9.59, so if they do decide on the 8.75, that will be an additional decrease, which would be, positive for this budget.
We tended to go to the higher end of everything on January 22nd. We could always bring it back in. And we did the same thing with health, both for the actives and the retirees, right?
Yes, we used a 10% rate for active and a 15% rate for the retirees.
So hopefully those will come in lower. We have a meeting planned with New York 44 on the 25th of February. I'll talk more about that at the time. So our budget is going up 4%. You can see that 8.1 million there. Scroll up a little bit, Ray. That would, if today was voting day, and this all worked out the way it did, and we're far from it, the voters would be asked to vote for 211, right, Jewel? Yes. That's what the voters would ask to vote for. You know how that's all that really matters in this. They would be asked to vote for 211. We have to use one of the reserves.
Yes, our debt service reserve, that is from premiums related to a 2015 bond issue. So we need to spend down those reserves before the debt is paid off. So I would recommend that we use $850,000, which is in line with our spending plan, and that'll help close the gap.
If we do that, our debt service will nice and gradually always match. So we never want to we don't want to use too much and we don't want to use too little. But we've projected debt service out almost through 2055.
I think 2040, but yeah, maybe even
2050?
Yes.
So we did an analysis and laid debt service out through 2055. And if we do this amount, you'll hit it perfectly. Now, you're going to do another project or two in the time, and just for everybody's edification and just unbelievable knowledge of time, in 2027, 2028, Niagara Falls High School is paid off. That's when the cops go away. I remember 1999 when the school was built, it's going to be paid off in 27, 28. So there'll be some other stuff that falls off then. So we've plotted the debt service for the next, I would say, 25 years for you. The bottom line is, if those numbers held and there's going to be adjustments, the gap today would be 7.6 million. That's what we'd have to make up. If we lift the whole district up, add 4 classrooms, add all those increases, have those revenues, the debt today is 7.6. Now, you know that is never where we end up. The prospect of having more revenue on foundation aid, I think, is very slim, very slim. So we have some work to do here to lower that amount. There's some good news, and then there's some scary news that I'll talk to you about. If you rise up, Ray, here are your reserve funds. Here are your reserve funds. The one I want to call out and ask Julie to expound on a little bit is, can you raise the tax levy 1%? You can.
Yes, we can.
You could raise the tax levy 2.1% if you want, not recommending that, and get $541,000 into that gap. For every 1%, it's about $258,000. So we have a couple of options here that we'll work on and come back to. A, we can find more ways to raise revenue. B, we can offer cuts, reductions in force, etc. C, we can use reserve money. It is far too early to recommend any of those strategies. I believe those are the only choices we have.
Correct.
We can find more revenues, we can have a bake sale, we can do a lot of things. I'm kidding, Arjat. Could you make the brownies? No, I'm kidding. We could have a bake sale, a chicken dinner. We could make cuts to this side, or we could use reserves, or fourth option, we could use a combination of all of them. Right? There's a fourth option. You could do all of them. I just wanted to conclude with two comments. When you see that 211 number, what you can't do in school financing is you can't say, and I'm just going to use a round number, because somebody said this once in a meeting recently, I'm going to take 7,000 students, divide it by 211 that, and tell you that you spend $28,696 per kid. That's fallacy. That's fallacy thinking. That's fallacy thinking. That's not how school finance works. Because you know that student X, we pay $200,000 for them. You know what I'm talking about. We love our exceptional children. They cost a lot more than other children do. So to say that is oversimplification and misleading. It just doesn't work that way when you know I've come to you with resolutions to pay $200,000 for one child. That is fallacious, non-studying thinking. So you can't do that. The second thing I'm going to say is, and this is what I wanted Board Member Lee to hear as well, that we have a tremendous existential threat to public education, and it's going to come next year. It's going to, if enacted on January 1st, 2027, it is going to be a tsunami that nothing can save, and that is the threat of school vouchers. That is the threat of school vouchers. School vouchers are there. School vouchers have already been sent to, well, they haven't been. In March, the governor will receive the school voucher IRS tax code. And if those school vouchers, and the governor will say yes or no. If she says yes to that, public education will be in a dire crisis in Niagara Falls, Niagara Wheatfield, everywhere. That is a tremendous red flag that we'll have to work on. We need to get school boards, administrator unions, teacher unions. We have to rally around that. The best education is public education. I'm biased, but we have to remember that. School vouchers will do nothing but tear this city and tear the school district apart. It can't happen here or in Niagara Wheatfield. I feel really strongly about that. During my remaining time, I'm going to make that mission number one, and started today to speak to Senator Shelley Mayer, who's the education lead in the state, on how this she supports it. Her statement was she doesn't know where the governor sits on it. We spoke to the governor's representative, Mike D. Sienna. He's all I could get in the governor's office. He said the governor will not make a decision on this until she sees the details in the tax code. But we have a real public obligation to stay on this. It is a huge threat to everything that we're doing. Otherwise, this is our first shot at the budget. I think it looks familiar to most of you. And I don't know if anyone has any questions. No. Rick, do you see any grants coming? The grants have stopped, dried up, stopped. No new publications of them. And what we notice in them is a lot of them are going to community-based organizations and not school districts. Rick, you watched, right? They're not coming. They're not coming. I think Julie said we had 3 mental health grants. We're going to be down. We're fighting month to month to keep those 3. Grants are not coming. They're not coming. They're just not. So that
coming from the federal government?
nothing from either federal or state. And don't forget, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here or Dan Downer or whoever I could be. Don't forget, there is a proposed 26% reduction in Title I. You receive about $5.4 million in change in Title I. 26%. Mr. Ventry was my math teacher, so I'm not really good at it, but that's another $1.5 million, right? That's another $1.5 million. So we got to watch. I mean, it's got to be. This is eyes open time, really eyes open time. And I don't want to be bleak, because you know what? We'll get through this. We will survive it, and we'll do well by our kids with this. This is our first crack out of the gate. So, what are our next steps? Next steps. That team will go salary line by salary line. We will start narrowing in on those percentages where Julie put 15. Maybe we can get it to 12. We'll start narrowing in on those things. We will see if there are places of attrition. There, you know, the way to do things, in my opinion, is to possibly look at reductions through attrition. I believe our kids need everybody that we have, but I think a safer option to put in front of you may be to look through attrition. Haven't done that yet. Those are the tasks we have to do in the next 2 weeks, and then on the 12th, we'll give you a clean version. We'll change the color of it or something, make the font look different. Markesia, Julie, and the team at the table have been fantastic in getting this together this quickly. So I thank you. All right.
Thank you.
We before we have an executive session, we have one other item, and I'd like to go through the agenda. And my moving quickly through it is in no means an attempt to gloss over anything. It's just a means to move smartly, because you saw this, with a few exceptions that I'll talk about, 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to certainly have Maria come up. So at 7 o'clock, we'll do our usual communications. Written communications. If you scroll a little bit, Ray. We have budget transfer number 6. We have no bids. We have the same short-term contracts as we had from before. there are no differences in those short-term contracts. I will say one thing, and I talked to Mr. Zimmerman earlier in the week, and we agree. We are going to postpone the Say Yes event this Saturday. The weather doesn't look very good, and we're going to postpone it till the 31st. I'll announce that again at the other. It was going to be at Gaskill, so there may be short-term contracts that say for the 24th. We're just going to do those same things on the 31st. The weather looks really cold on Saturday, so we're going to postpone them. None of the other resolutions have changed on short-term contracts. If you go to the routine matters, quickly going through this, that is our IDA money. That's to accept $2.3 million. You have the names of the safety committees now in your resolutions. Those names for 602 through 604 feature administrators, teachers recommended by the teachers union, because it's safety. Chief Del Porto, I think Chief Pachaco and Ligamari serve on those. So that's just to review the safety plans, getting ready to present those to you in May. Yoga, I think we talked about yoga. Read to Succeed has been at Bond School. I think it's gone well, Rocco. I think it's gone well. How many volunteers do you have in there? 8. Great. We want to expand that all the time, but that's gone very well. They received a $50,000. We didn't. The Read to Succeed organization received a $50,000 grant from the Garmin Foundation. In order to bring that program to Bond, we put in $25,000. You know the power of F-Bites. You know the power of our friend Bishop, why is his name driving? Bishop Gene Copeland. That's the Project Lee. The community mission. These are all, by the way, these are all paid for out of grants that we currently have. Community mission is for Girls Circle. The multi-systemic is the one that we have with the county who gives us money. Head Start is to have, that is, 612 is paid for out of Head Start. 613 is Judy getting ready for her favorite time of year, not Christmas, but registration of voting and election. 614, I made a mistake in my speaking 2 weeks ago. This is to purchase 6 new Evolve machines. I said $12,000. Each one is $1,200 more, right, Jewel? Please. I said 12,000 they were. It's 1,200. I misspoke, but I wanted to correct myself. 615 is something Mr. Macri recommended to us for smokeheads, and that is the maintenance agreement to help him with smokehead cleaning. There are 2. I'm just looking at the agenda, Ray. There are 2 property damage claims. Maria will attest that all the paperwork is in for those claims. We do these twice a year. This is when cars are damaged on school property. We do it at January and June. And 618, obviously, this is a great resolution for the appointment of a new superintendent. If you go to the proposed policies, we have one, and I'm going to ask Mr. Pareto that the district table this. This is for 30 days. This is the district-wide safety plan policy. There is only one change to this policy, and that is to include Dacia's law. Am I saying that correctly? So even though the only change is to add Dacia's law, which Dacia's law was actually proposed by Senator April Baskin, and her relatively sadly passed away because they couldn't access an AED. So we wanted to make sure that that's reflected in our safety plan. Yeah, please, if you wouldn't mind. Your board meetings are on the 12th and 26th. And if there aren't any other questions, I would ask Ms. Massaro to come forth and take us smartly yet efficiently and comprehensively through the personnel report.
Beginning with the personnel report classified, you'll see that we had since our last meeting together, and I know that all of you have a copy of the reports. We had a resignation of an individual at Head Start, and we had a provisional appointment for you this evening of a budget manager. here in central office. We also have some appointments for associates, and as you're going through, you'll see some change of status. Those are important because those folks are going from probationary to permanent. They have been evaluated and recommended to Mr. Laurie to become permanent in their current positions. You'll see some new additions to the leaves of absence on page 6 of 8. You'll notice that several of those are to take other positions in the school district. We have a couple of involuntary and voluntary transfers, and then we have some additions to our after-school work. That's the classified report. Does anybody have any questions about that? Moving on to the certificated report, you'll see a new action item under Roman numeral number 1, the appointment of your new superintendent of schools. Then you'll see a retirement of a teacher at Niagara Falls High School for next year, probationary appointment of special education teacher, also the probationary appointment of an interim principal, and regular substitute appointments. Does anybody have any questions about the certificated report? All set?
I believe that is all I have. Of course, I have closing statements, but I believe that's all. Members of the board, I'm going to ask for an executive session at this time for 2 reasons. One is for a personnel matter, which may lead to the appointment, promotion of a person, and for collective bargaining negotiations under the Taylor Law. Those are the 2 reasons for the executive session, and we will be done by 7 o'clock.
Okay, I have a motion. Hilton. Okay, we'll get this meeting started. I'd like to call it to order. First, the Pledge to Allegiance. All rise. Reflection, Mrs. Dunn.
Dear Lord, as we gather for this meeting, thank you for your blessings. Help us to make decisions that honor you. Give us wisdom and clarity. May we work together in spirit, in unity, and in love. Amen.
Yes, sir. Mr. Bass will be joining us remotely. Mr. Bilson?
Present.
Mr. Kinsemi? Mr. Capizzi? Mrs. Dunn? Mr. McLeod is excused. Mr. Petrosi? Mr. Velardo? Mr. Pareto? Ms. Cower? 8 present.
All righty. 301, oral communications. Let's see here. This is the public comment section of our agenda. And this is for agenda-related items. I will read off the list here for agenda-related items. First name is Tamika Huston. Like I said, you'll have 3 minutes, and it's all on agenda-related items. Thank you.
Good evening. Name is Tamika Houston, so I'm just going to read what I have written here. I'm speaking on behalf of the family and caregivers across Niagara Falls City School District who have been directly affected by the district's ongoing academic struggles. For years, our district has been identified for targeted support and improvement. The designation is not just a label. It results or reflects real challenges that our school children face every day in their classrooms. Families have watched leadership come and go without the skill or strategies needed to address these issues. As a result, our students continue to fall behind academically, and the burden falls on families to fill the gap. We are here tonight because the next superintendent cannot be another experiment. We need a leader with a proven record, someone who has successfully improved academic outcomes in districts like ours. Someone who understands curriculum, instruction, data-driven improvement, and equitable support for all students. Someone who has already been or has already demonstrated the ability to turn around struggling schools. We ask the board to conduct a transparent, community-inclusive search and prioritize candidates with documented success in improving targeted support for similar challenge districts. Our children deserve leadership that is capable, experienced, and ready to deliver measurable results. We are not asking for perfection. We are asking for competence, accountability, and commitment to real academic improvement. Our students' future depends on it. And I have to say, I attended one of the meetings before the holidays, or just before, and there were people that spoke about the literacy level of our school district, and there was no response. There was a discussion about what people were going to do for the holidays. There was discussion about wishing people happy holidays and also congratulating people on a good year. So, wonderful year. I don't know what that meant, but it kind of bothered me because the people that came up here to have their concerns addressed were not responded to, They didn't seem to be listened to, and they seem to be overlooked. And I find it a little bit embarrassing to have grown up in this city all my life and to hear and to see what I saw in the last meeting I came to. Thank you.
Let's move on to 302, written communications. We have none. 401 are the minutes. We'll take 401 and 402, the minutes from December 2025, and 402, the approval of the budget transfer number 6. May I have a motion? Mr. Consemi? Mr. Velardo?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye. Any opposed?
Okay. Move on to, we're going to move on to 406, personnel report certificated items 2 through 11. Can I have a motion? Mr. Velardo, Mr. Consemi, second. Any questions? Judy, call the roll.
Mr. Bass? I believe he has indicated a positive vote unless he indicates otherwise to me. Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Consemi? Yes. Mr. Capizzi? Yes. Mrs. Dunn? Mr. Petrosi? Yes. Mr. Velardo? Mr. Paretto?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I actually, I made a mistake.
You did not.
404, the treasurer's report.
It was received and filed. You're okay.
Okay. All right, and budget status report, 405. That was also received and filed. Okay. All right, let me move on to certificated report item number 1. May I have a motion? Second? And that is the appointment of Stan Wooten, Superintendent of Schools. Any questions? Judy, call the roll.
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Consemi? Mr. Capizzi? Mrs. Dunn? Mr. Petrosi? Mr. Velardo? Mr. Paretto?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay, next order of business, 407, personnel report classified. May I have a motion? Mr. Velardo, second. Mr. Consemi. Any questions? Judy, please call the roll.
Mr. Bass?
Yes, minus the exception that I noted.
Mr. Bass is recusing himself from page 2 of 8, section 5. Otherwise in favor, Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Consemi? Yes. Mr. Capizzi? Yes. Mrs. Dunn? Yes. Mr. Petrosi? Yes. Mr. Velardo? Yes. Mr. Paretto?
Yes. 409, report from the Committee on Preschool Special Education. May I have a motion? Mr. Consemi? Mr. Bilson? Any questions? Judy?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay. 410, short-term contract. Okay, there are 10 of them. Curriculum Associates Workshop, the Iron Workers Local 9 Apprenticeship for OSHA Training, Christina Ficio, LLC Workshop for Overwhelmed but Joyful, Caring for Children. Number 4, Niagara University, into Sociology, Sections 3. Elizabeth Bell Seminar for TRC Behavior Breakthrough. Number 6, Ann Kent Wisnowski, TRC Book Studies. Number 7, Buffalo Museum of Science District-Wide Science Fair. Number 8, Raw Tools Buffalo Incorporated for Saturday Academy. Students and families will engage in hands-on peacemaking workshop. Number 9, Pushing Pieces Saturday Academy focuses on equipping children and tools to make positive choices. The last one, 10, is Sabria Smith Saturday Academy, engaging in interactive activities for families to learn more of African American inventors and trailblazers. May I have a motion? Mr. Consemi, Mr. Bass. Any questions? Judy?
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsemi? Mr. Capizzi? Mrs. Dunn? Mr. Petrosi? Mr. Velardo? Mr. Paretto?
Yes. Okay, move on to, we have no unfinished business. Number 6, new business. 601, approval and acceptance of funds for 2024-25 Federal IDEA Education of Students with Disabilities.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Velardo, Mr. Bilson. Any questions? Judy?
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsemi? Mr. Capizzi? Mrs. Dunn? Mr. Petrosi? Mr. Velardo? Mr. Paretto?
Yes. Okay, 601 and through 604 we'll take together. They are the safety plans. 602, the approval of the resolution authorizing principals to appoint building-level school safety teams. Emergency response plans pursuant to New York State educational law. 603, approval of appointments of members to the committee for the annual district-wide code of conduct. 604, the approval of appointments for members to the district-wide school safety team and the district-wide comprehensive school safety team. Okay, may I have a motion, please?
Move it.
Mr. Consemi. Mr. Petrosi. Any questions? Judy, please.
Mr. Bass? Yes. Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsemi? Yes. Mr. Capizzi? Yes. Mrs. Dunn? Yes. Mr. Petrosi? Yes. Mr. Velardo? Mr. Paretto?
Yes. Okay, we're going to take 605 through 612. 605 is the approval of contracts for professional services for city school district through Long Life Yoga. 606 is a contract to Read to Succeed. 607 is professional consulting services for the Hog Hall or Hog Hall? F-Bites, formerly F-Bites. I don't know why he calls it that, but anyways. That is a crazy name. But anyway, 608, the approval of contracts for consulting services between the district and Project LEE. 609 is the approval of contract for professional services through community missions. 610 is the agreement between the district and the Buffalo Federation of Neighborhood Centers. 611 is approval of agreement with the city school districts through the Niagara County Department of Social Services. And 612 is the approval of contract for mental health consultants for Head Start through Best Self Behavioral Health. May I have a motion, please? Mr. Bass, second, Mr. Bilson. Any questions? Judy, please.
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsemi? Yes. Mr. Capizzi? Yes. Mrs. Dunn? Yes. Mr. Petrosi? Yes. Mr. Velardo? Mr. Paretto?
Yes. 613, the approval of appointment of Board of Registration, designated day, hours, place registration for the authorization for the clerk to publish notices of registration for annual school election budget vote. May I have a motion? Mr. Consemi? Mr. Velardo, second. Any questions? Judy?
Mr. Bass? Mr. Bilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kinsemi? Yes. Mr. Capizzi? Yes. Mrs. Dunn? Yes. Mr. Petrosi? Yes. Mr. Velardo? Yes. Mr. Paretto?
Yes. Okay, we're going to take 614 and 615 together. 614 is the approval of the agreement to purchase subscription service with the Inc. Labs of Buffalo LLC. And 615 is the approval of the amendment of plan service agreement with Johnson Controls. That takes care of our fire and other monitoring devices. May I have a motion?
Move it.
Mr. Bilson. Mr. Consemi. Any questions? Judy, please call the roll.
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Consemi? Mr. Capizzi? Mrs. Dunn? Mr. Petrosi? Mr. Velardo? And Mr. Pareto.
Yes. Okay, we're going to take 616 and 617 together. These are both approval of property damage claims.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is for Mr. Derek Zimmerman, and 617 is approval of property damage claim for Brian Deventier. May I have a motion?
Move it.
Mr. Bilson, second Mr. Consemi. Any questions?
Mr.
Judy,
Bass?
please.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Consemi? Yes. Mr. Capizzi? Yes. Mrs. Dunn? Mr. Petrosi? Yes. Mr. Velardo? Yes. Mr. Pareto.
Yes. Okay, that takes us to 618. 618 is the approval of contract between the city school district and Mr. Stanley J. Wilson. Or is that Stanley L. Wilson?
It should be L.
Walton, excuse me. I'll be all right. I butchered it. Stan J. Walton. Very sorry. And this is for the containing conditions and contract for superintendent of schools. May I have a motion?
Move it.
Mr. Consemi, Mr. Bilson. Any questions? Okay, Judy, please call the roll.
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Bilson?
Can I say something first?
Sir?
Mr. Walton, congratulations. We're very excited and proud of this district and of you. And I can say wholeheartedly that this process was a wonderful process. I'm proud of our board, and I'm proud of the process. And we had a lot of great candidates, and I'm excited for you. And I know the district is in great hands, and I know that you're already working hard, for those that don't know, to put a great team together. And I feel very confident that this district will move forward in an even better way than we are today, and we're in a really great spot. And I feel that I can say that I've got 5 kids in this district, and all these teachers and administrators that are here that are working hard every single day to do the great job that you do and that you will do and that Mark has done. I'm proud of all of you. We're proud of all of you, and we're going to be just as proud of you, and I know you're going to do a great job. So congratulations, and I'm a yes.
Mr. Consemi?
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Wooten publicly. It was a long process, a lot of discussion. Great candidates came before us. It was very difficult to pick one. That one that we picked just had a little bit more glimmer, and he shined above the rest. And I personally congratulate you on your 20 years of experience in the district. And I'm sure that you'll be able to tell Mr. Laurie what to do for the next 3 months. God bless you.
Is that a yes, Mr. Consemi, for the record? Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Capizzi?
Yes, and Stan, congratulations, best of luck. And I also want to thank Mr. Laurie, too, for laying the groundwork and the runway for Stan to pick right up in an amazing district. So, on behalf of the board, thank you for everything, Mark, and congratulations, Stan.
Mrs. Dunn.
I just want to say that I'm excited over this. because as long as I lived in Niagara Falls, as long as my kids went to the Niagara Falls School District, the reason why this is exciting to me is because I've always known a new superintendent to be the one as that of the deputy. So this is, I think, new. I'm very excited that I was a part of this process. And I want people in the community, especially those people who voted for me, I don't just sit in this seat. I take everything seriously. And I took this position to vote on a new superintendent seriously. Mr. Wooten, congratulations. I read all of the information. I listened to everything that was said. I believe he's going to continue to move the district forward from what Mr. Laurie has done with his great job. So I feel wholeheartedly that my vote is coming from my heart, is coming from paying attention to everything that I read on the candidate and everything that the candidate said. So I feel totally confident that my vote is the right vote. I vote absolutely yes for Mr. Wooten, and congratulations. And we have time. If we feel you don't do the job in a year, we can come back. But I think you'll do fine. Congratulations.
Mr. Petrosi.
Just a few words. Stan, you have big shoes to fill. I'm confident you will fill them. I'm confident you'll continue our path and make our path even better. I wish you the best of luck. This board will support you in every way it can. And for Mrs. Wooten, you'll see Stan in about 3 years. I vote yes.
Thank you. Mr. Velardo?
Before I vote, I want to congratulate Stan on being appointed as new superintendent. As everyone knows, I recused myself from the process. And from what I know of the 3 other candidates, this district couldn't have gone wrong. Stan came ahead of the pack, and that's great news, but I'm sure any of these candidates could have gotten a job as a superintendent in any school district in the state. We've raised some good in-house people as a result of Mark and the predecessors before. A bit of school board history I received from Mr. Dan King many years ago that we did hire a school district superintendent from out of state, this Dr. Utter. He lasted about 2 years and was fired. So we found in-house promotions because our district is unique and people just don't come in and fall into Niagara Falls. You have to be part of it, and I know Mr. Wooten has been a part of this community his whole life, and his family. I wish him the best. And just another piece of information, New York State did a survey on superintendents throughout the state. And 80% of the new superintendents were hired within the district. So that proves, that doesn't prove anything, but it's just saying where the superintendents are coming from. And Stan, I know you'll do a great job, and we'll look forward to working with you. And I recuse myself from the vote.
Thank you, Mr. Velardo. Mr. Pareto.
Okay, well, I'll say a few things. First of all, please, the Wooten family, please accept my apology for putting Wilson in there. I'll be honest.
Wilson was the guy in Home Improvement who looked over the fence.
That was the guy. Please accept my apology. I never wanted that to come out. Like I said, I want this to be smooth. I was a little nervous, I'll have to be honest. But now that I have clear thoughts, we had excellent candidates apply for this position. And all the other candidates should be commended on very excellent way you showed yourself and your plans. And you should be proud. We are proud that you wanted these jobs. Mr. Wooten, you have, of course, big shoes, like Mr. Petrosi said, to fill. But we are very proud of you, that you've come up through the ranks of this school, of the school system, and now it's the top job. You'll be taking the job on July the 1st, and you'll still have Mr. Laurie to bounce ideas off of and everything else. We're excited about the team you're going to put together. We're excited about your vision and your plan that you gave us. It was very concise and very exact, and I think that's what really brought out the best points. So we are very happy and very, very proud. And please, folks, accept my apology for saying Wilson. I didn't want to do that. It just kind of popped out. But I just want to make it right and say welcome aboard, and God bless you, sir. Okay.
Mr. Barretto,
Yes.
would you like to cast a vote?
I would like to cast a vote as definitely yes.
Thank you, sir. Just for the record.
Okay, and yes, very good. Okay. So now, folks, I would like to turn the mic over. I have to read the files.
I would request that you table this.
Okay, so let me do this first. Okay, we have a review of a proposed policy, and would like a motion to table the policy. Mr. Consemi? Second, Mr. Petrosi.
May I make a comment, Mr. Petro?
Absolutely.
The reason for tabling it isn't that there's anything wrong with the policy. I just want to make sure that, and there's only one addition to the policy, that's to include Dacia's law that we have to do as required by the state. It's a good law about AEDs. I just want to make sure the public has full time to read it and ask questions. So I appreciate you tabling.
Okay, very good. So we have a motion to table? Okay. All right. Any questions? Let's have a vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Policy tabled.
Okay. All righty. Okay, for right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the next superintendent of the City School District of Niagara Falls, Mr. Stan Wooten.
Enjoy staying the last time you did
Mr. President, members of the board, thank you. I am honored by the Board of Education's trust and remain committed to our students, families, staff, and community with integrity, transparency, and unwavering dedication. Mr. Laurie, you are a change maker. Thank you for your inspiring leadership, your dedication, and your tireless commitment, not only to the school district, but to the city of Niagara Falls. To the central office team, I'm eager and excited for the opportunity that lies ahead for our group. Before I move any further, I do have to say, Mr. Corella, congratulations. And thank you for everything that you've done for our district, for myself, for our children in the school district. Best of luck in the next chapter. Our district's strength lies within its people, our children who demonstrate resilience and brilliance every day, our educators and support staff whose commitment ensures that learning is meaningful and equitable, and our families and community partners that share and support our mission for student success. Members of the board, please excuse me. I would like to address a few members of the audience. to the union leadership and the union members, to everyone that is here this evening, thank you. I am truly humbled and honored to be standing in front of you. There are only great things to come. To my in-laws, Mike and Kathy, it takes a village. To my parents, words alone can't express what you mean to me and what you've done for me. Your guidance throughout my entire life, most importantly as a father and a husband, thank you. To my family, to my wife Kristen, this journey wouldn't be possible without you. You truly make me a better person. To my children, I truly believe that over the course of the last 3 weeks, my children have been prouder of me than I've been of myself. The notes that I received, the conversations that are had, through those moments and snapshots in time that you never want to forget. Thank you, I love you. As a lifelong resident of the city of Niagara Falls and a proud graduate of the Niagara Falls City School District, a teacher, an administrator, a father of 3 children in the district, this is my community, but most importantly, this is our community. This appointment is simply not a role. It is a commitment to ensuring that every decision prioritizes student well-being, academic achievement, a safe and supportive learning environment. In the coming weeks and months, I look forward to listening and learning where together we'll continue to build a culture that honors student voice, empowers educators, and celebrates the diversity and potential of all who call Niagara Falls home. Thank you.
Nice job. Good job.
Okay. 8:01, oral communications. We have on non-agenda items. We have 3 speakers. First up, Mr. Lawrence Blaber. Mr. Blaber, to remind you, you have 3 minutes.
Good evening. I'm here today seeking some clarity on the future of Mr. Petrosi's seat. I need to know if the board is going to follow the plan used by some states like Texas, where if somebody's running for a higher position, they immediately have to step down so that they can focus on running for that higher position, or the one used by some other states where they're allowed to hold their seat, and depending on whether they win or not, then they have to give up their seat. This is an important communication to the community. As parents, you say, we're not involved, we're trying to find out because it affects us. We need to know who will replace him and how will he be replaced. Because if he's stepping down and wins in November and he's just replaced, are you guys sitting together like the Norse gods did and off the sweat of their brow created another god? And we're just to sit there and take it without having any say? Because even at most other places, there's an announcement, people submit a resume, there's some sort of contest, right? There's a lot of secrecy going on right now, and that's uncomfortable. I mean, especially because when you consider that person would then run next year and run for something.org says incumbency is about 30 to 70% depending on what level they're running, guaranteed. You're literally picking the person who will be representing us because they've already sat their seat in a year, right? Now, and yet again, we have no say in this because that is the precedent that has been used before, you know, and considering we're gonna be having a new superintendent and we're still, you know, we have this 7-year dynasty champions of the worst literacy rates in the county. 2 out of 3 of our high school graduates this year will not be reading at grade level. Just a reminder. So, you know, these things are important. Now, I'm not only here to complain, I'm here to make a recommendation and a proposal. I believe a precedent was set previously when a gentleman who was I forgot his name, he was a cop, he stepped down, and it went from a single position to 2 in the upcoming election. We have the election upcoming this year in May, although I have to agree it's not the best according to open government on elections, but it's what we have now. We run 2 seats and we make the 3rd seat an alternate. Should Mr. Petrosi win, that person in 3rd place is now on the board. Should Mr. Petrosi lose, that person then will have to wait another term. But, you know, you guys, as we all know, can do what you wish. You have the track record of doing so, so that's all I got to say.
Okay, next up on non-agenda items, Mr. Michael Barksdale.
I also love the way you introduced me last time I was here. But is there going to be cake and ice cream afterwards? Shrimp, steak, celebrate Mr. Wolt? Hint? Yes? No? Sure. I'll use Mr. Lowry's credit card. Anyway, Happy New Year. Greetings. I am Michael Barksdale of Independence Avenue. With it being the beginning of a new calendar year, I want to take a few moments to level set some things. When I come before you and speak to you, whether as a concerned parent, an advocate, taxpayer, or community member, I am often accused of focusing on negative things. I point out as mentioned before, poor academic outcomes, a lack of leadership accountability, and misalignment district priorities. While some have described this as too negative, my intent has always been to advocate for students, parents, and teachers. I fully recognize the challenges of the district. I'm aware that we have generational poverty, we have high student mobility, and state mandates that limit decision-making. Basically, the state handcuffs you sometimes. I do not dismiss these realities. This is not a question of intent, but of impact. What I do question is whether these realities are being met with urgency, intellectual honesty, and resolve they demand. Good intentions alone are not enough if outcomes of children do not improve. I would also like to remind the board that during the week of October 10th, 2024, the Niagara Community Information Group and Western New York Educational Alliance presented a practical blueprint for meaningful change. I respectfully encourage the district to act on that work. Finally, I want to acknowledge positive news. Back at the end of last year, I was encouraged by the number of Gaskill students earning honor roll and high honor roll recognition during the last marking period. I went to greet Mr. Petrosi, but he scurried out afterwards. But I was equally encouraged by the strong presence of parents. It was close to capacity with the parents on a work day to come out and celebrate the great accomplishments of our students. And I had not validated that data, but they said that was the most honor roll students they had in a long time. So there is improvement. This is what I come to expect. I'm a product of this school district, albeit 40 years ago. I know what Niagara Falls can be if we work together and we begin to make tangible and lasting change, and being open-minded too. Being open-minded. We can't say this is the way we used to do it. We've got to innovate, we've got to change, and we have to work together. I thank you for your time. Give me a holler. Take care.
Okay, the next up is a young lady we haven't heard from in a little bit, Mrs. Gloria Dolson.
First of all, good evening and giving honor to God. And I should have got that big hand clap that Mr. Wooten got there, since y'all haven't seen me in so long. Praise God. Well, first of all, yes, thank you so much. But first of all, I'd just like to say Happy New Year to everyone. And I'm so sorry I haven't been with you. I had an accident which prevented me from coming here. But I thank God that he left me here. On behalf of the new superintendent, Mr. Wooten, I hope I'm saying it right, Wooten. Okay, we'll get it right sooner or later. But, you know, okay, Wooten.
Not Wilson, not Wilson, not Wilson.
Okay, so I like to echo what the young lady said about our school system. It is a lot of work for our children and for our parents, because parents are not the same parents that we had. So it does take a village to raise a child. It takes all of us working together to make changes to help our children. So, you know, Mr. Laurie, you do have a lot that Mr. Wooten would have to fill his shoes. I know they're really big, so he's gonna have a lot of stepping up to do. But Mr. Laurie, I know you'll be present to help him get through this. I can say this about Mr. Wooten. He is a people person. He truly, truly is. I've not seen too many staff members come to after-school events like Mr. Wooten has. We have movie night once a month at Abbott School, Men Standing Strong Together. Not only do he come and bring his children, letting us know that he is, those children, his kids, is no different than the rest of the children. I think that's the message he's trying to send, is that he truly cares. And by bringing his children shows us. Because to be honest, I haven't seen many staff members at Abbott at all that come and are involved. I also like to say for one of our members here, Mr. Velardo. Mr. Velardo is another person who really shows he cares about this school system and about our children. Now, he's aged, so he has a little bit more wisdom, and it's a little bit more helpful. But you know what? I was thinking about all these things. Let's have our youth more involved in this process, you know, because that'll give them the idea in the end that, yes, one day I can maybe be the superintendent of Niagara Falls, or maybe I can be the mayor of Niagara Falls. But giving our children a lot of things to think about, and this school council, the members here, have been very, very, very supportive of Men Standing Strong Together. Ms. Dunn and also Mr. Peretti. I'm very proud, and you will see me. Praise the Lord. You will see me, and I know you can't wait. So again, I thank every one of us in Niagara Falls for supporting this system, and we are gonna move on. So if you all need me, I'll give you my number, okay, after this. Clara, you too. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Dolson. Just one quick thing, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced the last name. Is it our first speaker, Ms. Houston? Very appreciative of your comments about the one meeting. You know, we have a long-standing process about how we comment at meetings. But with that being said, and since you brought it up, Mr. Blaber, I was consulting with Mr. Laurie in between your commentary and Ms. Dolson's, and we'll make sure that we get an answer out as far as Mr. Petrozzi and how we're moving forward with that. So you don't have to worry about any veil of secrecy there. We'll make sure that we get a communication out to everyone.
Okay. All righty. Okay, that leaves us with 8:02, Superintendent's Report. Please, Mr. Laurie.
Sure, I want to highlight the reason we're here, and it's because of students like Rashayla Rogers, a grade 5 student at Harry Abbott School, received notification today, Gloria, in the way you were speaking, that Rashayla is going to be one of the representatives on the Niagara Falls City Youth Committee. She wrote an application, she was selected, it was well-written, and she has a platform that she has to represent the students in terms of making the city better. So I want to congratulate Rashayla Rogers, an Abbott student in grade 5. I think that's wonderful. We have postponed tomorrow's, no, we have school tomorrow. There is school tomorrow. We have postponed our Say Yes Saturday at Gaskill to the following Saturday. So the 24th goes to the 31st.
The car and that fire came and kind of 6:30 text me, but he was driving.
Okay, we hope everybody's safe there, but we've moved the Say Yes Saturday Academy, which have been highly successful, to the 31st at Gaskill, looking for a great turnout. Oh, I would think it was 4 or 5 years ago when we had an issue with North Tonawanda, and some speakers came forward. You remember the soccer incident. And I want to tell you that we have not let that ever drop because of the good work in North Tonawanda and Board Member Lee, Niagara Wheatfield. We're hosting the schools. We do this every couple of months. The kids come together, and we're hosting on February 4th a community service day. North Tonawanda kids, Niagara Falls kids, Niagara Wheatfield kids working together. Really proud of that. Great news, again, to our financial team here. We received our fiscal stress report. We are a 6.7, no designation. So your district is under no designation of fiscal stress, as will be publicly issued by Comptroller DiNapoli very soon. But I was really proud to see that. That's Becky, Julie, Marquesia, the whole team. Speaking of which, we just completed our internal audit, and the internal auditors will be here in March. And I want to congratulate a couple of people, starting with Richard Schwartfager, John Wada from Ray's Department, Julie, and am I missing anybody else that leading? Kevin Edwards. We had our internal audit. There is no findings on the internal audit. We don't have to write a cap, which thank you, Richard, John, Ray, Kevin Edwards, all of those involved with that audit. It's always wonderful when you have something like this. 31st is really big. We are hosting, we have world champion robotics team and robotics students in Niagara Falls. And we've been wanting to do this for so long, so I'm not going to name all the teachers that are behind that, but we're hosting a robotics tournament for schools all around to come to Niagara Falls High School on the 31st. It's a really busy day in the district, but we're hosting our first robotics tournament ever in Niagara Falls, 9 o'clock to 2:30. Stop by anytime and see our kids compete against other schools from across the state in this robotics tournament. You will not be disappointed. You will be impressed by the skill level of our students. I am going to take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I will be in Albany. The purpose of my trip to Albany is to lobby for more, if you were here earlier, you see some of the budget numbers that are out. We'll be lobbying for two things. Well, actually, three things we're going to be lobbying for during this time in Albany. Number one is certainly foundation aid. Number two, we're going to be lobbying against school vouchers. And I talked about the existential threat that poses to public education, and we'll be lobbying against that. And also, we are going to be lobbying for what used to be known as bullet money to add to our Say Yes Endowment Fund. We'll have an announcement very soon, and we have a $500,000 check coming in very soon. But we'll be moving closer to $2 million for scholarships for kids going to trade schools or Say Yes colleges. We're hoping that next year's graduating class will be the first that can take advantage of some of that Say Yes endowment money, and that will be the reason why I will be in Albany for those days. I think I covered everything except the fact that I want to say I remember meeting Stan Moulton in 7th grade in Mr. Gavin's social studies room, 305 at Gaskill. Was it possible? Somebody was throwing erasers when I was in there. I don't believe it was him. It could have been maybe I'm confusing you with your brother. I remember that's when I met him, and what I knew before that about him was that he had two incredible parents that raised him and his brother. And we talk about parent involvement, but they did it right. They raised an absolutely beautiful family tonight to feature Stan. So your parents did it right, and the really nice thing is that Mr. Wotton is doing it right with his kids and his family. So the point I'm trying to make is he's a family man first, right? He knows what's right and wrong for his family because he was raised right, and he was raised in Niagara Falls, and he knows the community, and he likes the community. He wants to be part of the community. He is of the community, and he's capable. He's proven. He's competent. He's level-headed. He cares, and he's collaborative. It is such a great honor to know that he'll be the 15th superintendent in the history of the school district. And I know that this board made an absolutely outstanding choice. And I know Mr. Wotton is intelligent enough to do one thing that I hope I did right, and that was to lean on the people around him to work with him. He's that smart. He doesn't have an ego in terms of wanting credit or anything. He just wants to get the job done for kids, and that's what I've always been impressed about with him. It's an honor. It's an honor and a feeling of comfort that you have selected such a fine man first. Fine man first. Great educator second. And you made the right choice. And he will support himself with some of those other great candidates because they're just as good. The future for this district is only going to get better. It's only going to get brighter. It's only going to get sharper. It's only going to get more focused. And I am so proud that I had the opportunity to work with Mr. Wotton and his team. And we'll continue to do that. We'll bring him up to the big seat. I will be giving his phone number out to 74 television and radio stations that I will no longer answer the phone. No, I'll answer. That's going to be tough. But I will be giving all 74 television stations, the Food Network, ESPN, everything else, your phone number, because you'll handle that just fine too. You'll handle everything fine because you have the most important qualities. You have dignity, you have integrity, and you have level-headedness and grace, and you will lead this district far better than I'm sure I did. And I'm really proud of you, Stan. I really am proud of you. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Congratulations, board. You did a great job. You did a great job. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Be safe. School tomorrow. Monday, I got to take a look at. No, don't start. Do not start. The kids blowing me up. I got to talk to some of these principals here. The team's messages blowing me up. Come on, there'll be school tomorrow. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Brito.
Okay. All right. Well, very good, sir. Okay, I'm going to go around the horn here. I'm going to start with Mr. Bass. Are you out there?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Okay, sir. We're going around the board for comments, sir. Please.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. All right. Sorry about that. First, I'd like to say congratulations to Stan. You are in the hot seat now, and I think that you rise to the occasion. One of the things that you have to do when you serve in Niagara Falls is be multifaceted. Yes, I am in fact on duty. I came over, for the vote. When I left, we got dispatched for a fire. Thankfully, that got extinguished, but that's just an example of the things that you metaphorically have to do as our superintendent. And I feel that you'll rise to the occasion. You have a foundation that was laid. The district's in great fiscal shape. Now, the task for you is to, bring our scores up, bring our morale up, take what Mark laid and those before you laid and make it better. Trust yourself, build a team. One thing that I will say that was refreshing is during the process, hearing that you were willing to rely on the others around you and not be an island. So I wish you well and congratulations. Other than that, thank you to everyone. Happy New Year. Be safe. Sorry, kind of out of breath, but that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bass. Mr. Capizzi, sir.
Just real quick, because I made my comments earlier, but once again, congratulations to Stan. And for the other candidates that applied, I assure you, you made our decision very tough, and we know that this district is in good hands with all of you. And just quickly to the board, one word comes to mind through this whole process of working with you in all the meetings: professionalism. And I'm glad to be a part of it and working with you on this.
Mrs. Dunn.
Okay, I just want to say, I look out in the audience and I see teachers, administrators. I don't know all of you. Some of you I know. But whether I know you or not, I know your job is a very, very important job. We do hear not only bad things about the district, about the board members, but we do hear things about the teachers. But I never let that bother me, because whether it's good or bad, your job is very hard. And I appreciate you for that. And I know seeing you all here today, not all of the staff is here, but the ones I do see here, it gives me confidence that you're all going to continue to work to make our students successful when they leave the district. And it makes me feel confident that you all are going to work with Mr. Wooten to continue what Mr. Laurie has done, and that's to move us forward. Yeah, we know, we hear our schools are on a list, our scores are bad, but that doesn't mean we're not doing anything about it. I think every one of you in this audience, every person, every staff person, every teacher that isn't here, I know they're working hard to make our students better when they leave our district. And I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for taking your job seriously. And just know, I take it seriously as well, because I have grandkids in the district. You can smack them if you want to. I won't put a lawsuit against you. But Mr. Wooten's name is hard to pronounce. When I first started, I started off as San Juan Time. And so it took me a while to practice Wooten. And the other thing I'll say to your family, one thing that really, really impressed me when we interviewed you, and to your family, your father, your husband, your son, one thing he said that really, really got to me, because it's very important: God ordained family. So family is important. He said, this is not a Stan Wooten job. This is a Wooten family job. So I congratulate you all. I continue to pray for you all. And I know things will continue to get better in our district. Again, congratulations.
Harjat, you're up next.
Mr. Walton, congratulations on your appointment as the new 2026-2027, right? Superintendent. It has honestly been such a great honor to know you through your guidance for the trauma-informed care team. And you've been such a great inspiration to just continue growing. And for that, I wish you the best in your journey, and I know you will do amazing. Thank you.
Let's go with Mr. Velardo, sir.
Stan, I want to congratulate you again. I know you'll do a great job, and it's great to see the support you have from the administrators and staff and teachers of this district, because we're all working hard to do the same thing, and I give the teachers a lot of credit, and I know they'll stand behind you and do a great job, as they always have done. And the other thing, I just have to address Mrs. Dolson. You know, I know I'm getting a little older, because every time I turn around, I see Johnny Colucci with a tape measure. So but I don't plan on going anyplace, so I'm going to be around for a while. I'll see you more Friday nights, okay? All right.
Mr. Petrozzi.
Thank you. Stan Walton, this is your day. Congratulations, best of luck. And I just want you to know your children are looking for a raise in their allowance. The best to you.
Mr. Consemi.
I look out in the audience and look at some of you young teachers and reflect back about 25 years that I spent in the classroom. And I can tell you that I know personally now from sitting here how much our educational system has changed. The difficulties that we all are experiencing in the classroom, the fighting that always persists to get more money, to help fund programs that we know that are needed. But as I look out at you tonight, I know that Mr. Wooten's job is going to be a lot easier, because when you have the support of beautiful people like you, who care enough on a night like tonight to come out here to congratulate Stan, it says a lot. It says a real lot. And I just want to say that I enjoyed everything and every day that I left with my students. You never forget them. Thank you for what you do, Mr. Walton. I think you got it made. Take a look behind you. You've got a lot of them that are supporting you already. And we wish you the best of luck. Happy Wooten Day. One time.
Okay. All right.
Mark, can we close? It's Wooten Day tomorrow?
Schools are open tomorrow.
Not gonna. Mr. Bilson is up next.
I mean, I said it all before. Like, here's the reality. We are like all the school districts across the country, many different businesses. We're not perfect, right? Our families aren't perfect. We're not perfect as people. We're every single day that goes by, we all try to get personally and professionally better. I personally feel in my time on the board that Mark's done an amazing job. I'm proud to have my kids here. I'm proud to be on the board, but there's things that we can improve on, right? When you take the role for however long that ends up being, hopefully 10 years like Mark's, there'll still be things in year 3 and year 5 and year 7 that you're going to have to get better. All of these great teachers and administrators, I'm sure there's things that they think they have to improve on as well. So that's the reality. But I'm confident in every parent of this district. I'm confident in all of the staff. I'm confident in Mark for the remainder of his term, and I'm confident in you. And I know I'm proud to be a community member, and I'm proud to be on this board, and I'm, again, proud of you, Mr. Walton, and your family. So congratulations to you. Wishing you the best of luck. You have one heck of a board here to support you and one heck of a team surrounding you. So good luck to you and wish you the best.
Okay, I'll try to make this short. Okay, Mr. Walton, now you, as of July 1st, you will be the shepherd of this very large flock. Okay? And it's going to be a lot to it. But don't think you have to do it alone. And I know you speak of your family, you speak of this board. We are with you. We will give you every tool, every dollar that we can find for you to make your career as a superintendent successful. Okay? We will, this is the pledge we gave to Mr. Laurie, and this is the same pledge we're going to give to you. That we are behind you, and we will give you every remaining ounce of support financially and figuratively so you can do your job. And God bless you and your wonderful family, all the staff and everything. Again, proud to see you all here. And again, you make me feel proud to serve on this board and proud to be a union member, even though I'm not a teacher. All right? And God bless you. Okay? And I'd like to end this meeting in memory of Janice Bradbury, mother of Yvonne Rose, and aunt of Earl Bass. Pearl May Bradbury, aunt of Charmaine Kent. Diana Burby, associate at Bonneville Bond. Jacqueline Henward, former employee. Robbie McCoy, aunt of Bob Bradley, Goldie Burton, Christina Hill, Jean Bradley, mother of Bob Bradley, grandmother of Goldie Burton, aunt of Christia Hill, Ruby Turner, and aunt of Earl Bass. We all bow our heads in memory of. Thank you very much. Motion to adjourn. Mr. Consemi. Second, Mrs. Dunn. All in favor? Aye.